Welcome to Cathy's Eclectic Garden. I'm Cathy and I garden in Zone 5B, 6A in Northwest Ohio. I'm currently working on a series of videos that highlight plants that are thriving in my garden. We'll be right back. Our thriving plant today is sea holly. This is a new plant for me. It is an eryngium. In addition to the spiky ball in the middle, has little, I don't know if they're I don't think they're petals. I think they're probably called bracts below the seed head. It's also called blue sea holly or star thistle, and it's hardy in zones 5 to 9. A herbaceous perennial that likes full sun. It blooms from June until frost, and it gets 24 to 48 inches tall, and mine is definitely 48 inches tall. Now, I've read if it's in a little more moist area, it will get taller, and I can kind of attest to that because I've got some planted on the north side of my pathway, which is a little wetter than the south side of my pathway, where I have another patch of it, and the patch on the north side is definitely taller than the patch on the south side. So it does like a little drier ground to be in. It can spread 1 to 2 feet, and it has low water needs. It's like low water to dry. Low maintenance. I have done nothing to this plant. I planted it last year, and it did not flower last year, but I didn't expect it to. It has basal leaves at the bottom, large leaves at the bottom, and then the spikes come up that the flowers are on. It likes dry, sandy, well-drained soil, but it will tolerate poor soils. You should avoid clay. However, mine are planted in clay because that's what we have here, and they are doing quite well. It has been, I've been growing in that area other plants for several years, so the clay has been amended to a certain extent, so it's not all clay. It has had some amending done to it, so it's not real dense clay like a lot of places. It's native to the East Central and Southeastern Europe, all the way to Mongolia. Sea holly is a low-care perennial that doesn't like rich soil or a lot of water. They have a lot of water. They tend to be leggy and are prone to flopping, which mine on the north side are doing that. You can mulch them with gravel or not at all, because that would if you mulched them with a wood mulch, that would hold the water in. It can survive for decades, but it will only live for a few short years in fertile, rich soil. It has spiky steel blue colored cones, which top off a star-like foliage. You should avoid overwatering this plant. It does have a taproot, which plants poorly, so it's best to leave it undisturbed once it's been established. But I have read in some places where you can dig it up and replant it, but you have to really dig down and get as much of that taproot as you can, and you can sometimes get them to transplant somewhere else. The plants will slowly spread across your garden over time by self-seeding if you don't deadhead the spent flowers. So I would suggest, if you don't want them going everywhere, you might want to deadhead them before they go to seed. They are susceptible to root rot, and you should watch for leaf spot diseases and also aphids, slugs, and snails. They attract butterflies and bees, and I can attest to that. We have had bees on these plants ever since they started blooming, especially those little teeny tiny bees that you can hardly see with your naked eye. They have just been everywhere. The seed heads are ornamental and they attract seed-eating songbirds. This is a beautiful plant and I would recommend that you grow it. Sea holly. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Join us again for the next one. Bye.